Fernanda. Welcome to Little Monkeys and Me. And today I want to show you our brand new member of our family. It's Luna. Well, we've had her for 3 weeks, so I guess I haven't recorded for a while. But this is Luna, and she is a Basenji, and she is 10 weeks old. Yeah, no. Yes, 10 weeks old yesterday. And it's been really fun. Crazy, but fun. So this is her. Do you want to say hi? I know, and she's totally snagging on my sweater. I'm gonna have to fix it. But yes, you're just a cute girl. Yes, you are. Oh, she's a very sweet puppy. She doesn't do a lot of biting, and she's actually been really good at well, except for biting my earrings. But she's been so sweet with our kids. She's been a very good puppy. So, but as fun as she is, I won't be able to show you anything if she stays with me. So I will go and take her to my husband and my kids. Mwah. You're a good girl. All right, here we are. I'm back. She is back with my husband and my kids, and they're actually home today for many reasons. One, there's not a snowstorm, but there is an ice storm kind of happening right now in North Carolina. Really winter weather. In several southern states, I know Texas and Louisiana are having also some winter weather that they usually don't experience. And when it comes to North Carolina, we have at least a few ice storms during the winter season. We don't have a lot of snow unless you're in the mountains, but if you're just normal cities, well, usually we don't get a lot of snow, and if we do, that's a big deal. If you get snow in North Carolina or in the South, everything shuts down. Literally, everything shuts down, and it's like a cozy day at home because you can't go anywhere. The streets take a while to be cleaned. But right now it's kind of icy. So my parents are actually without power right now. Let's hope that I stay with power so I can finish recording and I can upload this video. But no one knows because we had some flickers earlier today. So you never know if you're going to have some. So let's get going. Let's start with what I'm wearing. I totally forgot the name of the sweater. I've made this a while back, but it's called the vertical striped sweater. You would think I just looked it up. The vertical striped sweater by PetiteKnit, and I made it in fingering weight. So you hold 2 strands, fingering weight and mohair, and I used the Knitpicks Stroll Fingering in color Dove Heather, and then the silk mohair. Their silk mohair is called Aloft, and I did that one in silver. So funny story about this sweater is that I started this maybe 3 years ago, and then I made a mistake somewhere in the pattern, and I don't remember where exactly and when it was, but it got me like not wanting to knit it anymore, and I was like, oh, whatever. So neighbors, so I stashed it away for years, and then last year, 2020, it was like March. It was literally right when they shut down everything and we were kind of staying home, and my husband came back from university. I mean, he was always good, but like at home university, like he was doing school here. We've always homeschooled, so that was still going, but everything was, you know, you remember. So I picked up, I was like, oh, I kind of want to see how that sweater progress was. And I think I actually had gone all the way to, because it's top down, I mean, as I'm saying it is bottom up sweater construction, and then you stop, and then you make the sleeves, and then you add them to it. I think, no, that's not how you make it. No, it's actually, you make it up, then you join here at you make a seam at the shoulders, and then you make each sleeve. So I had knitted all the way to almost joining, and there was something wrong, and I can't remember what it was. So I unraveled everything. I made balls, and that was at the time also when I ended up hurting my wrist. I ended up not being able to knit for maybe 3 or 4 months last year, because I knitted about between March and April. I probably knitted like 13 or 12 like clothing items, including 2 sweaters, 2 big sweaters for me, a shawl, a bunch of things for my kids. Now I don't even remember what it was because I wasn't even writing them down, but I think maybe it was like stress related. I don't know, but I went crazy so much that I actually did hurt my wrist, and I had to stop knitting for months, which was so hard. I don't know if you've ever had to do it, but that was quite painful. Just painful as in it hurt to knit, but also painful because it was hard to let go of knitting. So and maybe I'll tell you some more another day, because that's actually how I ended up crocheting a bunch of things later. When I went back. I didn't want to go back into knitting right away. So yeah, but this is extremely soft and really warm. The mohair makes it really warm, because even though they're both very, very thin and you're only holding fingering weight with mohair, it really makes it nice and soft. It's not itchy at all. For me, it's not itchy, and it makes it really, really warm. So I love this one, especially for today. It's kind of chilly, and I do need to fix my brother's dog. So we got Luna, and my brother had her biological brother. So we both have a dog, and his name is Kazan, which in Japanese means volcano. My brother loves anything that like has to do with Japan. It's really cool, but he's super adorable. Maybe I'm probably gonna insert a picture together, and if you have been on my Instagram, you probably have seen a picture of them together, and they're very, very cute. But he's crazy. He's crazier than Luna, and he totally snagged my I have a few snags that I need to fix. So let's move on, because that already took way too long. So before we move on to things that I've made, which is a lot. I didn't think I was going to make so many, but there are. Some of them are small, but I would just want to say thank you for everyone who has subscribed to the channel. It makes me, I don't know how to explain how excited it makes me to see that you subscribe, and every single one of your subscriptions means something to me. I get so excited. I was watching Mia and from Knit All the Yarns, and she was just talking about how excited and how she tells her family when she gets a new subscriber, and I totally get it. That's exactly how I feel. It is a new adventure. I've only done 2 podcasts. The 3rd one is coming, and I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm just doing this for fun, and I'm hoping that you who have chosen to subscribe, you're enjoying yourself and you're having fun. The comments have been so kind and so sweet, and I can't say thank you enough, because without an audience, I mean, I probably would still be doing it even if there were 10 people watching, but it makes it even more fun when you know that you have people from Australia and somewhere in Europe and United States, like different people watching. That makes it even more special. So I thank you so very much. So let's move on now to finish objects, which is where there are a lot, because I went crazy making socks. So I learned how to make socks years ago. I want to say more than 10 years ago. My sister-in-law, who is awesome. Here, let me just have a little bit of tea. It's gold, and oh, this is ginger honey. What is this? No, lemon ginger. Lemon ginger. It's so good. Okay, so I learned, but she taught me how to, we were doing a pattern that was like toe up, and I learned how to make it. I made a small pair for my son at the time, but I did never finish my pair, and I don't like it. Maybe, I mean, I would have to try again. Obviously, I was getting back into knitting, so I wasn't an expert, not that I am now, but I was kind of learning along the way. And I don't know if that pattern wasn't very good, I don't know, but it was, maybe someday I will try toe up again. But I really like, I like cuff down construction of socks. So let's start. Last time I showed you that I had bought yarn from Hobby Lobby with their brand, and they were both 100% superwash merino wool with no nylon in it. But I was like, oh, I'm still gonna make socks, and to tell you the truth, they're really nice. My husband absolutely loved his pair. So his pair was the Plush Blush, and he wore them, and so they're worn. So obviously they're not gonna look as nice because they have been worn, and I didn't block them because he couldn't find them. So, but he found them today for me. So these are it. I love the color, and when they're blocked, obviously they fit much better. But he's worn them a few times, and now they need to go to the wash. But that's his pair. Then I made mine. That was my computer. We had lost electricity for like a second. We had flickers, and now it decided to turn back on. Sorry. Mine is, so that's Plush Blush, and mine is this Blue Vapor. And look at the speckles and the color of this yarn. I love it. They're super comfy. This is my go-to yarn recipe or yarn. It's a vanilla sock with Kale flap and gusset, and I usually do about 64 stitches for me, and I do 2.5 millimeters, and I do it in the, yeah, I usually use a 9-inch 2.5. I'm pretty sure. Let me check just so I can make sure. Yeah, 2.5. 9-inch Chiago. I'll tell you more about this in a bit. But so yeah, and I just don't follow a pattern anymore. I just kind of do it, try them on, see how they look, and I keep going. But I do like Melanie from Be Mandarins. If you ever, that's kind of how I went back to I watched her video, and I was like, oh, I can totally do this. And the more I do it, I mean, I just don't have to. I don't look at a pattern unless I want to follow a pattern, which of course there are times that I do. Like, look at how cute these are done. These are for my son, my 4-year-old, and they are the Frog and Toad by Fox and Folk, and I actually got to test knit these ones, and these are done in palette from Knitpicks, which is 100% wool. It has no nylon, obviously. These are the ones that I had this yarn, my stash, and she was asking for testers, and I loved it, and I wanted to try them on, and it's a really fun and easy stitch that I think you should totally go check them out. She has them in different sizes, I think up to the size 12, but I'll check it out, and then I'll put it down below if I'm mistaken. But he's already worn them, and then I washed them again, and they're blocked. And this color is Peapod, Peapod, and very quick knit, and it was so fun to test for her. Nora, I've tested several patterns for her, and it's always a joy because she's so sweet. So let's keep going. That's three pairs of socks. Then these ones are my sock blockers that I actually got for my birthday, and they took a long time to come because she sent me the wrong, I wanted sheep, so let me show you really quick. Look how cute those are. So I want it cheap, and don't remember the name of the shop, but I'll put it down for sure. She sent me hearts, which I don't have anything in hearts, but that's not what I asked for. So we contacted her, and of course she was so nice. She sent these again, and then so she fixed the problem. No problem at all. These are actually for my husband. We had our anniversary on the 19th of January, and we went to a yarn shop, of course, and he picked out some sock yarn and this is Opal yarn, and on the colorway Sunrise, or I think the number is 9442. And let me tell you, I think this looks like watermelon, so we call them the watermelon socks, and my husband loves them. Though this is 75 wool and 25 nylon, and my husband says that the one that have no nylon fit better because they're more snug, and these ones can after you wear them like for a bit, they start to move around, and he don't like that. So if I ever buy more of this yarn, I'm probably gonna make it smaller. So I think I cast on 60 stitches for him, so I might do a little bit, or I might do 60 here, and then I will start decreasing, especially on the foot area. So that's an option. I'm not an expert when it comes to socks. I just kind of go, but this is so cute. Like, so my son, he wants me to make them, so I had leftover. I was like, oh, let's try. I don't have enough though for my son. My son has like the same size foot as me, so my 10-year-old, who is very proud to say that his hand is the same size as me now. We just found out that the other day, and he comes to here. I mean, I'm like 5'2", 5'1", not tall, but for him, that's a huge accomplishment. You know how you want to like get bigger when you're little. So I love these colors. They do it to me. They look like watermelon. So that's my husband's, and what I love making socks with leftover yarn for like smaller people, but my brother, I mean, none of those. My son, my oldest, he's not little, so I don't know if that's gonna work. So I'm gonna unravel this, and I'm going to weigh it because I didn't, and then I'm gonna separate it into 2 balls if there's enough to even make anything. It might just be like an ankle sock, you know. I don't have to make it very long, and so it might work maybe for my youngest. I probably can get something for my youngest, who's 4. And then my last one, let me get them because they're actually blocking, because I had been wearing them like crazy. These are mine, so they're on sock blockers now. And with the heart ones, because she let me keep them. She's so nice, like, because, you know, I was like, I'll send them back to you. She's like, no, just keep them from all the trouble. So sweet. The same construction as all my other socks. Also, the Crazy Sock Lady has great tutorials if you want to go check them out. I also love her. She has a YouTube channel, also great. And this colorway, I believe, is called Charlotte Cove. And this, I love these colors. I don't know why. I saw the sock yarn at the store, and I was like, oh, I think I like this one, because I reached for this one first, but then my husband's like, oh, these are the ones I want. I was like, okay. So then I reached for this, and I love this even more. The details in it, the self-striping yarn, and it also has like little dots. I don't know, it's just very lovely, and they are cozy and warm. So I really do like these ones, and they're a bit wet, so I'm gonna put them on the floor right now because they're still a bit wet. They need to dry. So those are 5 pairs of socks that I made pretty much all in January. Oh, and that's the other thing. So I have this idea in my head that I want to make a pair of socks for myself for each month. So my January socks were these ones, which I love too. I mean, oh, the colors. And my February socks, because I think these ones I cast them on like January 31st, and then I finished them like the first few days of, it only takes me like 2 days to make socks. So I probably finished it either the 1st or 2nd of February. So it totally counts as my February socks. And now I need to go buy more yarn for March because I obviously, so I want to have at least 12 pair of socks for myself. So I can't wait to see what end up coming, because those ones, they'll get dry and I'll put them on my feet again because they are so warm. So let's move on. Okay, so the next thing I don't have with me because it is my mom's, and it's the Queenie cardigan by Fabel Knitwear. And I'm gonna put a picture here because it turned out beautifully. It is the palette from Knitpicks yarn, and it's color tea rose. And I made a medium for my mom, and she loved it. She loved it. I don't have a picture with her wearing it, but I put a picture of the actual. I will also try to find the shop, and I put in the notes down below where I got the buttons or clasps. They're not buttons. And I ordered them from Etsy, and it came from France, I believe. It's the shop. Very quickly, very nice. I've ordered from her twice already for different color clasps, but the same kind, because I made another Queenie cardigan for my sister-in-law. If you want to see that in the first episode, I also showed a picture. And once again, quick. She sends them soon. They arrive in perfect condition, and I really like that shop, and I really like those clasps. So I will add that into my notes. I wish I could show you. I was even at my parents' yesterday, and I said, oh, I need to grab it so I can show the actual garment, because I prefer doing that, and I didn't. And I'm not going out today. It's super slippery out there, so sorry. Just a picture. Let's go to the next one. So I finally did finish my son's Beyond Christmas sweater from Pickles, and this is it. So I did make modifications, as in I believe the pattern calls for, what is it, like 4 different colors, and so all of this would be done, like the color work. The snow would be all done like white, but over here there's like more color work, and the tree I think has 2 colors in it, but I like the simplicity of just 2 colors, and you get a little bit of, which this would also be like 2 colors or 3, and you get the same on the cuffs. But I just stay consistent. I made this one for my dad for Christmas, just with reindeer though, not with the trees. And the trees are, so you have the option of like Santa, reindeer, and trees. And I wanted to make it with trees, so it was more of a winter sweater, not just Christmas. And my son really wanted a sweater. So, oh, and this is so soft. It is made by, with the Wonderfluff yarn from Knitpicks, which is baby alpaca, merino, and a little bit of nylon. And it's kind of blown into a nylon tube type of thing. So, so that's where the nylon comes in. But it's very fluffy and very soft. And my son loved it. And it fit him perfectly. I actually ended up making the extra small from the adult size. And I probably could have gone with the largest one of the kids, but I wanted it to be a little extra big, because if you're gonna make sweaters, they better last more than 1 year. So it will. And once I blocked it, I'm starting to be more willing to block. I mean, not blocking, swatching. Believe me, I've always known the importance of swatching. It's just sometimes I'm dying to get into the project and I don't swatch, which I always regret. Hence why these are so long, because once I blocked it, I noticed that they grew like crazy. But it's okay, because I can just do this, and it's super comfy, and have it long when I don't want to have my hands out. So, but yes, this gives him extra length in the torso because he's getting taller and taller, and extra length in the arms, but it doesn't look like, oh my gosh, your mom made you a super extra big sweater. No, it doesn't look like that. So it looks really good. So that is my oldest, okay? And then I did finish my youngest sweater, which is, that is blocking. So just a minute. So still wet, woo! Don't fall, Fernanda. So his was done in blue, which is called, oh, that one was called Kale Heather, the green one, and the white one is called Bear, and this one is called Abyss Heather, the blue one, and then it's also with white Bear. So it has like a beautiful halo and is very fluffy. Obviously it's still wet, so I don't want to mess with it too much. And this is for my 4-year-old, so I made the 4- and 5-year-old size, and it fits wonderful. I made the same exact pattern. I just made the kids version, and I made the 4- and 5-year-old, and he loved it. So now my kids, well, hopefully they'll be done for church tomorrow because they really want to wear it for church. But depending how bad the weather is, who knows if there'll be church. We might have to do it online, like just watch it over Zoom. But so let me see. Oh, that last bit, I did show you last time that I had finished the Ellen's Coming Home set from PetiteKnit for my little niece that is going to make her debut at the end of this month, hopefully. So I had finished the jacket. I'm gonna put a picture here of what I had finished, and then I just had to do the bonnet, and which I finished. We had her baby shower, which was really only a few of us, like just family members that we see we see all the time. I see them often, so it was just really like 5 of us. So but it's okay, and the other ones were over soon, and I gave her, and she loved it. So I can't wait to see little baby A with it. So that is all my finished projects that I finished in this last 3.5 weeks, or however long we've been gone. And I for once have one working project right now, but don't worry, that's gonna change, I'm sure, very soon. And I got to start on, so I had told myself, sorry, I don't even know if I'm in camera right now. I had told myself that if I wanted to start the Riddari, I had to be done with my oldest sweater. Because I knew that my youngest sweater, I mean, I finished it maybe in like 3 days. So I knew that one wasn't going to take long. But I just wanted to cast this on so badly. But I knew that I just needed to wait a little bit longer. And just so they can actually wear their sweaters. Otherwise that was never going to happen. So, but I did. So I cast it on, I don't know, maybe a week ago or so. And I'm like this far. And this is for my husband. And it's done with the Lettlopi yarn. And let's talk about the colors, because I'm sure you guys want to know what colors we chose. So my husband helped me. I showed him the pattern, and I told him that I wanted to make it for him, and he liked it. So we went online, but I wanted to use the actual Lettlopi yarn. So we went online and we looked at all the colors, and he really wanted a red sweater. So they have probably like 3 reds, but we went with like almost like a burgundy red, not a bright red, which I think I think both of them would look fine on him. But so this one is called Garnet Red, and it's a 1409 number. Sometimes it's easier to find by numbers than by colors. So it's 1409. Then we have white, which is just white, and I think this one is 0051. So that is down here. Then this is gonna be the next big contrasting color, because like you have the main color, and then you're gonna have contrasting color that's gonna have like 3 balls of them. This one, and this one is the black sheep heather. So it has black, it is black, and it has a little bit of white, you know, it's heathered, so it's not 100% black. It's really pretty color. And that one is 0052, and that's what it's down here. So down here we have, how am I showing this? Like this. So that's also going to be on the cuffs of the arms, the sleeves. And this is going to be like on the upper yoke, quite a bit of it, this. And then on the upper yoke, we're going to add this one, which is ash heather. It's really pretty. It's like a light gray with a little bit of darker gray and a little bit of white. So it's really pretty. Really like it. And those are the 4 color combinations that are going to be on the sweater. And getting closer and closer to I think I'm probably about 10 centimeters, no, maybe less than 10 centimeters away from where I have to break for the arms and then make the arms. So I think that's pretty good progress. I got a lot of knitting done, even though we had a puppy, because little puppies sleep a lot. And when she's awake, then we have to like be on guard. She's doing really well. She tells you most of the time. Okay, when it's number 2, she tells you all the time when she has to go to the bathroom. So we haven't had one of those accidents in the house. Knock on wood, right? And then baby accidents, they're happening, but less and less. If we're really on top of it, she's really good at going outside, no problem. And really most of the time it's our fault. Like we just let her play for too long. And the kids are great with her. She's really good with the kids. She's not too bitey, which is, I mean, obviously she's a puppy, so she likes to bite, but not too much. And I promised I wasn't gonna be hitting this table. It just makes noise. I like to move my arms and my hands when I talk, and as it is, it's very hard that I'm not like up here moving my arms, so then I hit them on the table. So I'll try not to do that, so then you guys can actually hear me talking, not the table talking. So yeah, so that is, I will be working on the Riddari. That's my project that is coming. I want to make more socks. I did buy the Knitting Traditions sock pattern that she just came up with. That is like her grandmother's pattern, because I want to try the heel that her grandma taught her how to make. So I need to buy yarn and then maybe that will be my March pair for myself. So what are you making? I want to hear what you're making right now. I will work on this, some socks. And oh, you know who also came out with a really good pattern? Larker? I don't know how to say her name, from Fiber Tales. And she came out with a shawl that's gorgeous. I can't remember the name. Probably gonna write it down. I think I bought that one too. And so yeah, I have a lot of ideas of things that I want to make, but there's only so much time and I want to focus on this. But there's always, I mean, socks are always going to be going in the background because I love making socks, and I have a lot of leftovers. So all the yarn that you saw here, except for this one, I used up pretty much the whole entire ball of yarn, because as it wasn't a full yarn ball, and it was only 50 grams, and I used, I don't know, part of it, pretty much all of it, but it was already used. And all these other ones have leftover enough probably to make my kids some socks. So that's definitely going to be happening. I need to undo this one and pick it and just see how much yarn I actually, if I can make maybe one for my youngest. but my son really wanted that yarn, so I might just have to venture to my local yarn shop and purchase them more. Oh, this is the yarn that I used for the baby outfit. It is the Baby Bee Sweet Delight. It's called Naked, the colorway. So it's like an off-white. And I put wooden buttons, which I bought of Etsy, but I don't remember the shop. If I can find it on my history, then maybe I'll put it up. But if not, I mean, it's just wooden buttons. And because I like that look of the wooden buttons, it gives it really, really sweet. And this is 100% acrylic. And I went this way because my sister-in-law is not used to washing wool at all. She wouldn't know what to do with it. And I don't want her to feel like, oh my gosh, I also need to take care of this one thing. She's gonna be taking care of a baby. No need to be worrying her about that. I did mention Crazy Sock Lady. Look what she showed on her Instagram. I saw it and I had to have it because I don't have in North Carolina, a lot of the houses and they don't have lights fixtures up above in a lot of the rooms. Like all the bedrooms don't have light fixtures. You have to plug in lamps, and they do have light switches that would go with that, maybe like one of your plugs, so it can turn on lamps. That's how my living room is and all our bedrooms. The schoolroom has it, and the dining room has it, and the kitchen, and obviously the bathrooms, but light fixtures above, like on the ceiling. But the rest of the house, no. So our family room, which is where we are, or living room where we are most of the time, doesn't. And sometimes it gets dark, especially when I've been working. Like this is the Abyss Heather that I used for my little boy's sweater. Pretty dark and is very fluffy, so as you can imagine, sometimes like you're like, what stitch am I on? Like, I don't even know what I'm doing. So okay, how do you turn this on? There we go. So you turn it on, you put it around your neck, and this is totally movable, like you can move it. And this is not sponsored, by the way, not in any way. And then you just tap it, like you don't have to click on it or anything. And then it's like 2 different or 3 different settings, and then you turn it off. There, turn off. Yeah, and you can just keep it around your neck, and you can put it whenever you do like needlework. Definitely when you're knitting, it helps, so then you can actually see what you're doing. And I believe this was like $16 or $17. I will try to link it down below. And I just figured I would show you the new acquisition. Showed you what I think it's pretty cool. And so yeah, I think that's it for today. I hope that you're having a wonderful day, a wonderful month. Tomorrow is Valentine's Day. Wish you a wonderful weekend. Hopefully you can stay cozy. And tell me what you're making right now. Also tell me any podcasts that you've been enjoying. I've already mentioned some of my favorites, but Fruity Knitting, I've watched them for a while and I love that podcast. Andrew and Andrea are amazing, so go check them out. They have hundreds of podcasts by this point. They've been doing it for a while, and my heart breaks for Andrew. He is battling cancer right now, and which just breaks my heart. So if you want to go and support them, it'll be great. So I think I've said so a lot. Just have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you next time. Bye.